The UFO topic is one that has grabbed hold of me for a long time now. I think that there's strong evidence that the UFO phenomenon is real, and that by finding out what that is, we are probably going to lead ourselves to a new understanding of who we are. Sure, UFOs occur everywhere, but when they happen in Washington, D.C., that means they happen over restricted airspace. And that makes it a big deal from a national security point of view. When you have objects that aren't supposed to exist flying around the Capitol and the White House, you might argue that can be a big deal. I think it was about a week ago that I got an email from Rob Simone, who's a researcher into UFOs. An email about a fellow named Wilbur Allen, who's a photographer in the D.C. area, who apparently got some interesting photographs. Can you tell us a little bit about Wilbur Allen? Is this guy legit?
He's a former aerospace engineer and worked on Air Force One.
I guess we'll have to take a look at this. One thing I definitely want is for you to try to duplicate that picture.
I shoot a lot. We're talking 10,000 images a week, easy, that I look at. And there's situations that come up where I'm questioning my own photographs, not usually about paranormal or UFO activity, just about technical perfection, really, to be honest. So I just want to make sure this is where your tripod was, and it was dead shot right there to where Lucky is seated.
Exactly where we were.
I'm very anxious to take a look at these pictures. Oh, this is the Capitol shot?
We have a little bit of a glow reflecting off the water, and it has a motion blur too as it's moving to the left.
It captures something that's bizarre.
Maybe. Really excited at this point to just see if I can take these shots myself. I'm looking for what's real. I'm looking for what's true.
Now, this is Wilbur's photograph of the Carpenter Building. The lights he captured were almost identical to lights that were captured in a very famous UFO photograph from 1952. And this is that photograph right here. Do you think this phenomenon is related to this phenomenon here?
The formation is similar.
That makes Wilbur's photograph a little more interesting. Great case about a week and a half after Wilbur Allen's case. This was amazing. Gary Dillman, a retired cop, might have been the first person to see this UFO.
Slightly to the left of the large-scale house, I saw it.
4 F-16s?
Which is controversial. Some people say, no, there are only 2. The shape was huge.
Larger than the F-16?
Very much larger. The craft must have been going 600 miles an hour, who knows? Stops and backs up instantly. They were, probably a couple of miles from the no-fly zone.
It may be different from what the Washington Post reported, but Gary Dillman is adamant it was 4, not 2 fighter jets. An unknown object being chased by 4 of America's top fighter jets, who were absolutely outclassed by this thing. At this stage in the game, things are a little more spread out than I had planned. I have Jamie looking at Wilbur's photos. I've got Lucky and our cameraman Dave going off to interview 2 alleged alien abductees. Hadn't expected that going into this investigation. Probably at this point, Rob Simone is in Montauk.
Can't very well just pull over and ask somebody at a gas station where those UFOs have been landing. We are going to explore a possible landing site for a UFO that happened just a few days ago. This is something that's unfolding right now. Is this still the right way? So all of a sudden, out of the blue, your sheep have gone missing. What's extraordinary, it happened in conjunction with these strange lights that you saw over your property. Do you put the 2 together in your mind?
I do.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Now, he's fallen victim to the same thing that's happened to some of his neighbors. Some of their animals have gone missing, and there's no earthly explanation for it. There is no problem with the enclosure that these animals are kept in. They were simply pulled out of a locked barn. It's curious. But then again, this is a curious area.
So Rich is letting you just check this thing out by yourself.
We have these 2 women who claim to have seen lots of activity in their backyard. Got the back porch, lights in the sky. One of them claims to have seen something land. I'm really excited. There's a lot going on here. Keys, are they in the car?
They better not be in the car.
This is the 3rd time I'm trying to call Lucky and Dave. They have not picked up. I don't know what the deal is with these 2. Again.
And you left your phone in there. So Lucky's locked us out of the Hummer, which is going to give us some time to reflect. You don't think this is what they saw, do you?
There's the key to the Hummer. Get in the car.
Just a little twist.
I'm trying not to kill the homeowner. We really should have written this down.
I'm really excited to see Lucky in his element. One of Lucky's ladies wakes up every morning right at 3:33 and feels compelled to drive here.
It's really normal that people feel like an urge to go somewhere, and that's where the abduction takes place. This is the location the woman said that she was abducted from. It's worth checking out, seeing what's around here.
You won't want to miss the next episode of First Contact.
There's all kinds of activity going on here. I think it's all connected.
These stories about this machine with alien technology.
Tell you what, it is definitely creepy. If we're gonna die, well, this is reflective.
You wouldn't know it until you get up and knocked it.
I know my feet will be found, and my mother will be able to bury those.
That's not even a door. This is more concrete. What would you need a concrete house like this? 5,000 volts, and there's 3 of them. Whatever was in this building was pulling a lot of juice. Bingo.
Yeah.
Blew me away.
There is some very strange stuff going on out there. That's no question.
What was that?
What was that?
No, you were using a tripod for this shot as well. I wanted to make sure that I nailed every technical point on this. I wanted to know his focal length. I wanted to know what type of film he was using. I wanted to know his shutter speed. We know there's going to be a lot of ambient light in the city, so we want to make sure that we don't jump the gun. We have to wait until about midnight, 1 o'clock to take these photos because it needs to be really dark.
An investigator must never go in thinking that they have to validate a picture. If you go in like that, you're dead before you begin. You have to go in with an open mind, critical skills, and be prepared to accept whatever direction the evidence is going to lead you. And you have to be prepared to accept whatever conclusion you come to.
If you guys are still hungry, I'll put the chili on.
I'll do what Wilbur did. For the sake of truth and science. I shoot the Capitol building exactly as Wilbur shot it. It was a quick exposure. It was really simple. So I have those photographs if anybody's interested. And then walked over to the Carpenter building, took a couple pictures. However, it has been 7 years, so there's a lot of tree growth. I'm not convinced this is the right angle. So I moved over just a little bit, took a picture. Oh my gosh, what do you know? There's like 18 UFOs in my picture.
What the hell's that?
Did you guys see that?
What the hell is that?
You want to go back there?